Have you ever wondered why we talk to dead people and what it really means when we bury our loved ones? I ask myself this often, especially when I pass a graveyard in the morning when I do my runs. When I see a person there with a lit candle, often kneeling down, talking to a tombstone. At first it seems unusual, but then I realized this is more than just words to a stone. It's a ritual, a way of reaching out to the ancestors. I normally do my runs early in the morning around 5 a.m. At that time, it's still dark, the world is quiet. On some mornings, as I pass by the graveyard, I would observe some person or people with a candle or candles. Often they are kneeling down, whispering to a tombstone. But that's what I see. That's what we see. I call it talking to a tombstone, not in a mocking way, but literally they are speaking to their loved ones who've passed on. At first, I didn't understand it, but over time I realized it's a ritual, a way of keeping the connection alive. In many traditions, especially ours, our ancestors are not gone. They are still with us, watching over us, guiding us, protecting us. Lighting a candle, speaking words at their grave, or kneeling down. These are ways people often use to channel to the spirit, to channel their communication to those spirits. I remember once asking an elder in the family why we do this. And he said, when we bury a loved one, their body is for the soil, but their soul is for the living. The earth takes care of the body, but we take care of the memories that are left. They stay with us. And that thought actually stayed with me. In the past, burial was about the releasing ceremony, like releasing our loved ones. We placed our loved ones directly into the soil or in simple graves, allowing the body to be decomposed naturally. The earth absorbed them, and in that way they returned to nature. Their soul was not trapped in the grave. Never was it. Today modern burials are different. We place the dead in coffins made of metal, treated wood, sometimes even sealed vaults. Instead of giving them back to the soil, we contain them. It becomes more of a preservation than a release. And I think part of this comes from our fear of letting go. We want to hold on to those we love or once loved. Even when they are gone, we think keeping them in a tomb keeps them close. But the truth is, the body is just the shell. The real person, their spirit, is beyond the grave, beyond the coffin. I remember a funeral, or some funerals that I attended back then, where we used to bury people in dark graves, not using any brick and mortar to build it out and create a room. No fancy casket, just a simple wooden box we would put them in. When the earth was thrown back into the hole, to the grave, the sound of the soil hitting the wood was raw, almost painful to hear. But one of the elders would say softly, "Now he is gone, now she is gone. The soil has received them." And strangely, it felt peaceful. It was final, yes, but it was also a release. Comparing that to modern cemeteries, where graves are sealed and decorated like rooms, it feels more like storage than a return to nature. When our ancestors were released to the soil, they lived on through ritual, storytelling, and tradition. They became part of the land, part of the cycle. You didn't need to visit a tomb or tombstone to feel their presence. You could feel them in the wind, in the rain, in the fields they once worked for. When we trap them in tombs, perhaps we often trap ourselves, unable to fully let go, unable to move on. So now, when I pass the graveyards on my morning runs and see people talking to tombs, I think different from what I used to. Maybe they are speaking to the stones. Maybe they are speaking to the soil or to the soul. Maybe it doesn't matter. What matters is the intention. If your heart believes you are reaching your ancestors, then you are. But we should also remember the body returns to the soil and the spirit is what lives on. And maybe, just maybe, the real connection isn't in the stone or the coffin at all. It's in the soil beneath our feet, in the breath we take, in the fire of the candle, and most of all, in the love we carry forward. If you like this, please subscribe to my channel, like, and share for more. Then I'll bring you more content. There's more from me if you like my content. Thank you.